The Sherman Oaks Galleria is an open-air shopping mall that opened in 1980. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest mall video, defunct store, or my Throwback Thursday videos. Leave a suggestion or a comment for a future video. Thanks. The three-level mall is located at the present-day intersection of Ventura and Sepulveda Boulevards. The Sherman Oaks Galleria opened on October 30th, 1980, with two department stores, Robinson's, who anchored the south, and May Company, who anchored the north. The Pacific Theater's Pacific 4 opened in December of that year and occupied the uppermost level of the mall. The mall signified the 1980s culture and was the inspiration behind Frank Zappa, Moon Unit Zappa's 1982 satirical single, Valley Girl. If you were a kid in the 1980s, you may remember watching this iconic movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The interior shots of the mall were featured in the opening scenes. In fact, the Sherman Oaks Galleria was actually featured in quite a few Hollywood movies, including Valley Girl, Night of the Comet, Commando, Back to the Future 2, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Albert Brooks' Mother, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, Walk Like a Man, Inner Space, and Chopping Mall. The movie Valley Girl, which is credited with the creation of the socio-economic stereotype of the Valley Girl, became synonymous with the Sherman Oaks Galleria, which solidified the mall's position as the epicenter of teenage mall culture. Despite its Hollywood fame, the mall was otherwise a rather small, unremarkable mall, although Janet Jackson had been spotted shopping there on at least one occasion. Same with Molly Ringwald, who used to shop there regularly. As mentioned before, there was a May Company and a Robinson's. The first primary challenge the Sherman Oaks Galleria encountered was the 1992 merger of the mall's two anchors, Robinson's and May Company. As a result of the merger, both anchor spaces were rebranded as Robinson's May department stores. Robinson's May's northern anchor store would consist of men's and home department, and their southern anchor store would consist of women's and children's department. The mall's two identically branded anchor spaces likely didn't arouse much of the general public's enthusiasm and excitement. Presented with all of the San Fernando Valley shopping mall choices, which included Westfield Fashion Square, Northridge Fashion Center, and Westfield Topanga, there likely wasn't much of a reason to visit the only mall with just one department store brand. In the early hours of January 17, 1994, a 6.7 magnitude earthquake rattled the San Fernando Valley, resulting in over 9,000 casualties and $40 billion in estimated property damage. The Sherman Oaks Galleria emerged relatively undamaged by the earthquake, with the mall reopening just 11 days following the earthquake. However, the mall's anchor tenant, Robinson's May, didn't fully reopen its store until more than 4 years following the earthquake. Much to the frustration of the mall's ownership and the mall's smaller retailers, the third floor of Robinson's May's southern anchor store wouldn't reopen until mid-1998. During the 4-year delay, most of the mall's third-floor tenants vacated due to the insufficient traffic on the mall's third floor. In 1997, Douglas Emmett acquired the Sherman Oaks Galleria for $51 million. The off-market transaction reflected a price per square foot of just $51 for the mall's 1 million square feet of retail and office space. After the acquisition, Douglas Emmett proceeded to clear out all of the mall's tenants so it could implement its redevelopment plans. By 1998, the mall's occupancy had dwindled to approximately 40%, and Douglas Emmett was now focused on forcing Robinson's May to vacate both the south and north anchor spaces of the mall. To that end, Douglas Emmett sued Robinson's May for its unauthorized closure of the third floor of its southern anchor store, which lasted over 4 years, claiming that virtually all of the mall's tenants located adjacent to the closed third floor had vacated the mall due to lack of customer traffic. Furthermore, Douglas Emmett charged Robinson's May with failing to adequately staff and stock its stores, thereby further contributing to the mall's decline. They eventually settled out of court. The mall closed in April of 1999 for a major renovation and reopened in 2002 as an open-air center, which was quite different from its previous incarnation. The new layout was termed mixed use. The only remnant of the original mall is the court where the Pacific 16 Theaters is located, which are on the uppermost of what was previously the southern Robinson's May store. The majority of the remaining mall was turned into offices. The original Sherman Oaks Galleria was repeatedly criticized for its unwelcoming, closed-off design. The new design created the opposite effect. The new Sherman Oaks Galleria turned into a predominantly outdoor lifestyle center with 3 pedestrian entrances. The price for the renovation was steep, costing them over $200 million. Warner Brothers set up offices in what was once one of the mall entrances. Several mortgage companies and financial service providers were headquartered within the center. Additional tenants included 24-Hour Fitness, Burke Williams Day Spa, DSW Shoe Warehouse, DeVry University, Paul Mitchell, as well as several major restaurant chains such as Cheesecake Factory, P.F. Chang's China Bistro, Buffalo Wild Wings, Starbucks, and Frida Mexican Cuisine. In June of 2007, the Pacific Galleria 16 theaters changed into the ArcLight Cinema as Pacific Theater owned the ArcLight brand. They would close in 2021 and Regal Cinemas would take over afterwards. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you. Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer was 1, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your favorite memories of this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. Be sure to hit that like button. Thanks for watching.